In this episode, I do it in 2 takes and I ramble a hell of a lot. Hey guys, this is Aidan Heron and you're watching Property Geek TV. So, here in the head office of Just Let, I'm pretty excited because it's been quite an interesting month. Quite a lot's happened and things are pretty good right now. We did have one house fall through and that was a pain in the arse, and we had another one. We've just had a complete nightmare with some of the contractors, but you know, that sort of stuff happens and it's just about moving forwards and looking on to the next thing. And so firstly, I want to say sorry. Really sorry. I've been maxed out and I've not been able to do any videos. I've been very quiet on social media, and so that's going to change because we've got some teams together, and so we've got some people helping us. We've got different boards, so we've got a board for Just Let, a board for the deal packaging, which we're just launching at the moment, and a few of the other little bits and bobs that we're up to. So things are pretty sweet right now and everything's starting to gain traction, so that's real cool. And I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so the last couple of episodes didn't really work out very well, or like they took a long time, because you know, like if you're a perfectionist you do like one recording and then you do another recording because the first one was crap, and then it just keeps going, and so it was just too much time. So what I'm going to try and do is only one take. Now this is already my second, but we'll try and leave it at that. But yeah, so I'm here in the office, got loads of competitors' mail, brochures, and writing ops manuals. So it's all going pretty cool. We're just about to bring on some pilots. We've already got 6 officers, but we're about to bring on some pilots. And then in March we're launching the franchise properly. So pretty exciting stuff. And it's got me thinking about what I could do for the next video for you guys. Trying to provide as much value to investors and other property orientated people as I can. And one of the tricks that we've been using a long time, legitimately I guess, is and it's to do with positioning. So when we go and see tenants, even if it's our property, we always position ourselves as the letting agent, because tenants tend to be a little bit more receptive to the letting agent and friendly, whereas if it's the landlord and there's stuff going wrong or whatever, then they are not necessarily as nice. So it can get quite tricky. So what I recommend is that in any of your investment properties, especially if you self-manage, whenever you're showing people around or whenever there's any problem or you go and check up or whatever, always position yourself as the letting agent, because then you can use third-party authority. Now that's about people do that in sales all the time. It's like, oh, I've just got to check with my manager, and things like that. Even if they're the decision maker, because it leverages the decisions onto a party that isn't present. So then whoever's there negotiating will struggle. Like, I don't know about you, but trying to negotiate with someone that's not there is kind of tricky. So that's where the benefit comes in. So if you position yourself as the landlord, then they know that you make decisions on that property, whereas if you position yourself as the letting agent, then all they can do is assume that you're doing your best to help them. It also makes, I don't know how to say it, but it makes the victim people sometimes a lot easier, because you just serve them notice on behalf of the landlord and things like that, and they tend to be a bit more receptive. So I've not really thought about it before, because we always do it in the letting agency that we've got, but yeah, it turns out that it's actually quite useful. Spoke to a couple of other people, other investors that use the same strategy as they self-manage. They always position as the letting agent. It makes things a lot easier for them. So that's my recommendation. My top tip for today is to position yourself as the letting agent, not the landlord. And consider how you can use positioning and third-party authority in the rest of your business. Cool. I don't have a catchphrase. Maybe I'll try and think of one. But until next time, that's that.